Assignment 4. Written and recorded by Amanda Nordenberg and Julia Ambjörn. The structure we selected to talk about is adjectives and adverbs. We think this structure is an important part of the pupil's education, since it says in Lgr 11 that they should know how to make both oral and written descriptions. The introduction we will present is part of a lesson taught to a class of 5th graders. The class consists of 20 students with mixed genders. The students are already familiar with the use of adjectives and have worked with it before. They are new to adverbs taught, and this will be their first lesson and introduction on the subject. In the introduction, we will begin with reminding the pupil about adjectives. We will ask the students in general what they know and remember about adjectives, how they're being used in sentences, and anything else they know. We will discuss in class. Sandström, page 28. After that, we will briefly explain the use of adjectives to make sure that everyone understands. Then we will move on to adverbs, which the pupils haven't encountered before. Since it's all new to them, we will explain more thoroughly by giving examples. After the introduction of the lesson, we will move on to exercises about adverbs. We expect the pupils to know how to use adjectives to enrich their written texts. Since this lesson will be the first introduction about adverbs, we only expect them to learn briefly what adverbs are, and that they are different from adjectives. The material we will use are a prepared PowerPoint presentation and a smartboard. We think using a smartboard connected to a computer is a great tool to use in the classroom, since then you can archive the things you write during class on the board and to use later on. One problem that might occur is that one or some pupils don't have the knowledge about adjectives that we anticipate they should have. In that case, we will explain it again with new examples to the whole class. The reason for explaining to the whole class is that it's often the case that pupils that don't understand don't dare to speak up. By explaining it to everyone in the classroom again, those pupils will get to hear it again and hopefully then understand. On to the introduction.
Good morning, everyone. Today we will talk about adjectives, which I know you all know about. And I will introduce something new to you, adverbs. First, I want to ask you, what do you know about adjectives? How do we use them when we write? That's right. We use them when describing a noun, like in the dog is brown, and when describing a pronoun, like she is cute. Vannestål, page 129. Now we will look at the board and the sentences I have written. The boy has a dog. How can we use adjectives to make that short sentence more describing? Yes, we can say the small boy has a black dog. That really makes the sentence more describing. Does anyone have some other idea how you can change it? Yes, you have. Do you want to get up here and write it on the board? Yes, great, come on up. That looks good. A great example, thank you. So you see that you use adjectives to describe a person or a thing to make sentences more interesting to read. It's clear that you all know this already, so I think it's time we move on to adverbs. While we said that adjectives describe things and people and animals, adverbs describe verbs. They give us information about how something is done. An adverb can also give us information about time and place, and also describe adjectives and other adverbs. But this we will talk more about later on. Now we will focus on adverbs that describe verbs. Now look at the board and the sentences I have written. The boy runs. How can we use an adverb to add more information in that sentence? We can say, the boy runs fast. We will take a look at my sentences, and then I will give each of you exercises to do on your own.